If you've been around this channel for a while, you know that I love my clone systems. It seems to be something I've been collecting nowadays. So if you're into clone systems, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'll probably be reviewing more in the future. But NES clone systems are pretty hot right now. A lot of them are coming out with HD compatibility and they're all pretty budget friendly. You know, they're all around, anywhere from $35 to $45. So it could get a bit confusing as to which one you should purchase. Now, I have reviewed all three of these systems on their own, and for the most part, they were pretty decent. But I thought it would be fun to look at all three systems side by side because that's how you really see, what it's bringing to the table. That's how you see, which is the best. So which is the best budget NES HD system? Is it the RetroN HD from Hyperkin? Is it the RES Plus from Retrobit? Or is it the 8-bit HD from Gamers Tech? In this video, we're going to look at some footage, look at some audio, and see which one is actually the best. So let's find out. Now I do want to preface a few things before we get into the footage, so bear with me real quick. Both the Retrobit and the 8-bit HD come with two controllers. And so if you're looking for multiplayer right out of the box, that is a good thing to have, and both of these come with two controllers. The Hyperkin only comes with one, but the one that the Hyperkin does come with, which is the Cadet, is a controller I really like, and is actually the controller I used on all three systems when I was playing these games. Now, the Hyperkin RetroN HD does have a few additional features that these two systems do not. The first thing is the switch that allows from 4x3 to 16x9, and a lot of people were complaining that when I did this review, I didn't mention that. Well, a lot of modern TVs have a mode where you can put it in 4x3, so I didn't really think of that because that's what my TV has. When I capture the footage, however, it does come out 16x9. So if your TV does not have a 4x3 mode that you can force it into, the RetroN HD does have an advantage in that aspect. But I don't really mind the stretch screen. It doesn't really affect me that much. Another thing I do want to mention about the RetroN HD is there is a switch where you can play PAL games. You cannot play PAL games on these. But other than that, these are all HD NES clone consoles. They all play, NES games. And that's why we're here. So we're here to see which system plays these games the best, which looks the best, and which sounds the best. So without any further ado, there's going to be very light talking over this footage, but let's get into the footage and let's figure it out. So this is Batman Returns on the NES, a really underrated game I feel, and you can see I have the footage for all three playing at once, so you can sort of decipher for yourself which looks the best, and of course the audio, I put which system is outputting on, so you guys can hear, the different types of audio going on. If you notice the Hyperkin RetroN HD, that trash can up there, it's kind of smudgy. Like they use some sort of thing over it to smoothen it out. I don't like the way that looks, to be honest with you. But yep, this is Batman Returns. I'm just gonna let this footage speak for itself.
Castlevania 3 is of course a system pusher, hardware pusher for the NES, and you can see the way that the different clone consoles handle this game. The 8-bit HD and RES Plus are pretty similar, I feel. The colors I think look a little bit better on the 8-bit HD, but both look fine. Even the RetroN looks pretty good with this game, so all three play this game pretty well, I feel. This is where things started to become a little bit more prevalent. You can look at the ground on the RetroN HD, and it's brown, and it's not supposed to be brown, it's supposed to be green. So that was pretty eye-opening for me. Once I noticed it when I was playing it, but then once I put the footage up next to each other, it was really obvious and really strange, honestly, but it's just the color palette they went with, and unfortunately with Jurassic Park, it makes the game look a lot worse. This was another eye-opening experience. You can see that on the RetroN HD Glass Joe is pink, and on the RES he's kind of white. Better flesh tone with the 8-bit HD, I feel. Really down to preference as far as, you know, which is better, the 8-bit HD or the RES Plus, but definitely issues with the RetroN for this game. Turtles looks pretty decent on all consoles, I feel. On the RetroN, the blue for Leonardo is a little too purple for my liking. Other than that, everything looks pretty fine though.
So I will be honest with you guys, it was a bit difficult picking a winner for this. However, it was not very difficult to pick third place, and that unfortunately is the RetroN HD. When I reviewed this, I thought that the colors were off in some of the games, and I mentioned that when I was, talking about Ninja Gaiden, but I didn't realize how off they were until I actually put it up with these other two systems, and it was amazing. Like, you saw Jurassic Park had brown ground, and, the blues are really weird. I don't understand why they chose the color palette they chose with this system, because it's really weird, and I don't really like it, and I don't think a lot of people will like it. Casual players might not remember the color so vividly, but when you stack it up, side by side, it's really obvious that they just used a bad color palette with this system, and unfortunately it impacts the games. There also seems to be some light sort of, smoothing going on with some of the textures, and I don't really like that either, because I like the crisper textures. I like to see, the artist's design in it. I don't want it to be smoother. So, unfortunately, although this does output in 4x3 right out of the box, and it does also play PAL games, I am going to have to put the RetroN HD in third place, which brings us to the final two consoles, the RES Plus and the 8-bit HD. And I'm going to give it to the 8-bit HD. I think it looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit truer to form. I checked in with Rewind Mike on this to make sure I made a good decision, as he is an NES enthusiast and definitely someone I respect in the community, and he thought the same. He thought the 8-bit HD looked a little bit truer to form, and I have to agree with him. The 8-bit HD was an awesome system. I had a lot of fun playing it, but the RES Plus is a solid system as well. Honestly, it's a toss-up between these two. However, this system right now is only $30 on Amazon, so I don't know. I give the nod definitely to the 8-bit HD. Definite strong second place for the RES Plus. It's right up there with it, but I give the advantage to the 8-bit HD. So let me know which system you think performed the best in the comment section down below. Make sure you check out the footage once again before you make a decision, because it could be pretty tough picking a winner. And thank you guys for checking out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below, like I said, what you think about all the systems. Hit that like button, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.